Well, hey everyone, we are back for another episode working on this old Bronco. Last week's video was just kind of real bad. Had a failure with the spark plug wires and had a failure with just trying to start the old thing. It was like 10 degrees and I was just trying to get a video out. So, I don't know, for the sake of the timeline. Anyway, there is one parts store that I swore I would never buy parts from again. Now, I'm not going to name that parts store, but if you can figure out the brand, I think you can figure out the parts store. However, in a desperate turn of events, I gave them a call, and they actually had a set of proper spark plug wires for this Bronco. And the box looks like it's been on the shelf for a long time, so that could have something to do with it. But yeah, let's look at these things. So they are the proper spark plug wires. So the very first thing that I'm going to do today is put the new plug wires on. Alright, so we got the new wires on. They're routed all the way I want them, but I've been looking, at this gross red engine, and I'm not going to pull the valve covers off. I just don't want to deal with it. What I'm going to do instead is I'll pull the coil off, I'll pull the carburetor off, I will cover the distributor, kind of move some things out of the way, get everything cleaned up with like a brush and a vacuum, and we're just gonna on top of the engine. I'll try to make it look better than it currently looks, but no guarantees. Alright, we are as prepped as we're gonna get. I ended up taking all the stuff off, just thought it would make it easier, make it look nicer-ish. So we'll get you on a time lapse and I'll start giving this thing a good Craigslist rebuild. Man, I know I said it was going to be bad and I was right. This is just it's so bad. I don't think the camera can really pick up on it, but with rattle can, it's always going to be hit or miss, mostly miss. But we'll let this kind of dry for a while and we'll hit it with a second coat, and maybe I can make it look a little bit better. I did, get down kind of onto the exhaust manifold on both sides. Got the brake master cylinder, but we're going to replace that anyway. Even worse over here on that side, but again, it's better than red. Oh man, that looks a million times better. Just starting to get the carburetor on. I'll get all this put back together, and yeah, I don't know, we'll see if this thing will start. All right, well, it's that time of the day where the light's a little awkward, but it's all put back together. I still need to get a new filament for that air cleaner. I did replace the positive side terminal for the battery. Everything is put back together, so we're going to see if this puppy will start and if it runs any better. Well, we got a couple issues. At least one issue. I cranked on this thing for a while and nothing, just crank. So I thought it was out of gas. So I went down, got some gas, and that's still happening. So I'm hoping that the pump didn't take a dump. Additionally, there's no spark. Something happened, and now I don't have spark. So I got some troubleshooting to do. Alright, well, I'm kind of feeling like a dummy. I got my wires backwards on the coils, so this purple wire is actually supposed to be on this side, the green wire is supposed to be over here. So let me fix that, and we'll try it again. If this is gonna work. I can smell gasoline. Alright, just want to confirm that we have spark. Hopefully you guys saw it there. Well, we've got spark and we've got fuel. I think the issue now is just that battery is no good. It was a free battery that was no good anyway, and I've just been kind of trying to make it work. Well, it's the end of the day, as you can tell. Sun's going down. We did get the Bronco to start, and I was trying to mess with the oil pressure gauge and temp gauge, and for some reason they're pagan, so I don't know what that is. I'll figure it out. And then I started it again, and then it won't start at all now. It's just clicking, so I think that battery's toast. So we'll have to get a battery and go from there. All right, it is the next day, and it is a very nice day. Good day to be working on this Bronco. Got a new battery, got a new air filter element. We're gonna start this thing up. It actually, I already started it, started right away. It sounded great, so that old battery was just chooched. So we'll do that. Yep, safe to say that that old battery was just done. So we got a new one in. Obviously it started right up. Also got a new air filter element. I don't know. I gotta check something. It seems like it's overcharging. I don't know, something with the regulator or whatever, but yeah. So looking good oil pressure. About 50, 60 somewhere. Still need to get the ammeter wired in. Same for the fuel gauge. Temp gauge should work. We just gotta let it warm up. All right, I am happy with under the hood for right now. I still have an overcharging issue I need to figure out, and I also still have a battery draw issue. Something is energized somewhere and it's killing the battery. So for now I have it unhooked, but we're gonna shift gears and go back inside this terrible thing. All right, the goal is to get this dash completely out. I don't know if I kept it in the video or not, but yesterday when I was trying to start this thing, and I actually did get it to start finally, I noticed that the oil pressure gauge and the temp gauge both pegged at all the way. And I figured out that it's the little voltage regulator in there is ground to the dash. So I had it out, you know, on the ground, on the floor, and it was pegging everything, but when I got it screwed back in, all of that was good. So yeah, I'm gonna finish taking off the, you know, turn blinker mechanism, and then we're gonna unbolt the dash, pull the dash completely out, so that I can get a good look at all of the wiring back there, try and get everything routed better, so that I don't have to deal with all this spaghetti crap anymore. All right, dash is out. So now what I got to do is kind of fiddle around with all this wiring and get it routed properly and go from there. All right, so just an update here. Trying to get things sorted. You know, this wiring is a mess. It's been a mess for a long time. So I've got some of the wires figured out, and I've labeled them accordingly. I've got several wires coming out of the fuse box, coming out of the fuse box that don't go anywhere, and I think I know where they're supposed to go, based off, you know, theory and whatnot. I've never been good with automotive wiring, not my strong suit. So I'm gonna keep kind of messing around with this wiring harness, but I may actually just spend the money on a new harness. The biggest issue with this one is I don't have a diagram and nothing is labeled, so I don't know where anything is supposed to go. I'm just kind of guessing. But it is getting on to the end of the day, and oof, that didn't help. It is getting on to the end of the day, and I don't know, I think I'm done working on this Bronco for today. Done with this video, really. Hopefully this one was better than last week's. I feel like we got some good progress made. The engine looks a lot better. You know, I did find a few wires that were bad up here in the front, so I fixed them. I did a ground. But yeah. So this is where we're going to end the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.